Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. I know it's been a minute since I've actually been on here, um, but today is a really just an interesting day based on what the market is doing today. So um, I wanted to be able to kind of gauge what's going on and really see if I just wanted to show you guys what's actually going on and kind of go over everything that I'm seeing. So that's it in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and jump right into this here real quick. All right, so I've talked about this resistance level sitting around. We've been here for now for a few weeks. We're coming back and retesting this and this is Bitcoin here. Now, between these levels here, this is really important because I know for me, um, there is, and again, like I've talked about this a couple times, right? This level, this 23-ish, 20,000 mark, we're sitting at some major resistance here. And so to sit there and see what's actually going on is really important. So we're at a low here for the month. And I want to bring this up because this area right here for me, okay, is a crucial point. This should be this is a crucial point because if we fall below this point right here, I'm going to point this out here on the month here. This is an indication that we're going to see a drop. And it's not going to be a small drop, but we'll most likely see at least come back down to that 20,000 mark, if not further. And the reason why I say that is because we're seeing the moving average facing down on that monthly chart. And so for me, I'm sitting there going, okay. And the fact is that we've seen a decreasing amount of volume over the months. Okay. And so as we're dropping off here right now, to me, this is an indication. If we come down to this area of that 21,000 mark with volume over the next day or two, or even over the weekend, we're going to see this sell off down to these levels of that 16,000 mark area. We saw this rally here with really not a lot of volume on the month. So I would, like I said, I would be hope to see this huge rally with at least this type of volume, right? Where we would see that green level, but it was maybe 1/4 of what this is, maybe 1/3 of volume. So for me, I'm looking at this going, all right, this is a huge indication. If we come down into this area and we're just at the beginning of the month, we've already put in that upper wick here. Okay, so we have some indecision here. So it'd be really interesting to see as we come to this level here, the turnaround to see if it's going to turn, right? Or not turn, but we're going to see a sell off, at least down into these lower levels. It's a pretty clear drop. And like if you look even on the weekly and the daily, there's not much support down in these levels until we get down again to these 16, 15,000 point area. And so we're at that kind of breaking point here. Now let's jump to that daily. Like we can see all the minor moving averages on the daily. We are above them, or excuse me, we are below them. They're above us. So that's definitely putting pressure down into these lower levels for Bitcoin. And hence everything else will then typically turn around and fall from here. So it's just one thing. Oh, if you guys could just let me know if that music is a little too loud. I'm actually going to turn it down just in case. But yeah, these are just little indications for me to let me know which way it's probably going to go and which way we're probably going to see, which will most likely what we'll see in relationship to the market movement. So I want to point this out. Like I said, I haven't been going live much because it's just we're in this level of like that I don't know area. It likes to mess with people. So, but this area here is that I've been waiting to see something like this nature here where we're definitely putting in and we're going to push. Now, the only thing here is, just to point out, we don't have a lot of volume again, right? We have a lot of selling volume up here, but not a lot of volume to the sell. So like I said, if we come down through this area right here, at that 2130 or 21,354 area ish, because I know everybody's chart is a little bit different with crypto. This can be a typical area that, you know, we don't necessarily know which direction it really wants to go. So it's just be smart here. If you're looking to buy, I honestly, I think we're coming back down to these levels here of the 16,000 area, which then we'll see a sell-off in. So be ready for some type of news to come out, you know, like buy. I just saw over at the Ninja Lounge, someone just posted another Binance FUD comment, right? So we know what's going on with Binance and a lot of the stuff that's going on with that. In addition to that, the macro news when it comes to the broad market at large, like basically World War III pretty much kind of getting started. Just a lot of stuff's going on in the market, especially with the inflation, and in addition to that, interest rates and what we're seeing. It's just kind of getting set up for a type of sell-off here. And so for me, I just want to make sure that you guys are ready for that in case something does happen. And like I said, we're at that critical level here on that monthly chart where I'm sitting there going like, all right, man, this is, if it gets below here, okay, like I said, if it gets below here with volume, what we're going to see, and I'll point this out, and it'll be actually pretty simple. What we'll see is a sell-off down into this level here, most likely, a bounce back with that green candle will have a very small amount of green volume, okay? And then what we'll see is most likely, so we'll see a sell-off here, and then we'll see a type of retracement back into it. I want to see if I can. All right, so we'll see a sell-off here, right, down into these levels here, then a bounce back into this level here, okay? It might even go down into this lower level down here at the 18,000, a bounce back, which will hit that 8-period moving average, probably hit also some type of resistance level, which we'll see another like a big wick, right? And then back in this level, and then a sell-off down into here. So it'll look something like this, right? Boom, and then drop, right? And obviously it'll hit this right here and then push back up, and you know, but that's what I'm looking for the market to do here, and we'll probably see some type of movement here coming up real soon. So we'll find out. But the biggest key is this, is that when we look at that daily chart, we are seeing a pickup of volume. So this here for me, this is, like I said, this is a, it's a, what's the word I want to use? It's just, it's an indicator for me basically to show me which direction it most likely will want to go. So let's see if this gives me, nope, that's not working. Alrighty, let's see this one right here. It's been a minute since I've actually played with this here. Right here, is it this one? Maybe it's the brush. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so do this right here. Come back up, boom, and then we'll see something like this, boom, ish, maybe do this, and then sell off, right, into these levels here. That's kind of like what I'm seeing in the market potentially, just simply because of what is actually going on. So just be ready for that. If we do cross this level here on the monthly, which is basically that 21, it's last month's low. So if you look at last month's low, you'll see that's what I'm playing off here. And then the next part is to see the volume step in, where we see that sell off. But I think that is what is coming. So be ready for that, guys. I'm pretty positive that that's probably what they're going to do here coming in. Now let's go ahead and go over just the markets at large here real quick so we can actually see what's probably going to be moving here. So let's go ahead and pull this up here real quick. Ethereum pretty much looks the same thing, just simply they are, I think it is showing a little bit more strength than Bitcoin here, because as you can see, we're not as close to that low. So it is pretty nice. If we look at BNB, BNB is at that low from previous months, right? And we actually had a red candle, so something to be paying attention to. If we do get below this lower area on that month, get ready for that sell-off down to these lower lows here, which is basically going to be, it'll probably come back down to that 239-ish area, if not come further down, okay? It'll probably look something like this. Boom, for this month, you'll probably see something like in this level here. We'll see that on the weekly or on the daily. This is what it'll probably look like. No, not like that. Let's go. Control-C. We'll see something like this. You will see it bouncing off of these moving averages as resistance levels. But you can see here that, again, I'm not saying this is the end of Krypton. What I'm saying here is that these are just junctional points in which the market typically moves. We need this to happen so that we can see more buyers step in, right? And then as this happens, boom, and then this is kind of like what I'm looking to move this one here real quick. So it looks something like this, boom, boom, boom. We'll come back down to these lower levels here, just to show you guys what that would look like. Check out XRP here real quick. XRP has been actually showing a lot of strength, and it's been very impressive to see what they're actually doing. So we know though that that whole entire court case is still hanging in the balance there. So there's been some pretty cool stuff going on, but either way, they are showing crazy strength in comparison to the broad market. I think it's something to be paying attention to. If you are loading up on XRP, I think that that's a smart thing. But again, I do think that if we do a broad market sell-off, we're going to see XRP most likely see a sell-off. And there's, it's not like, it's not a bad thing. It's just simply a part of the market. So if it does, if it does go down, I would sit there and be like, like just something to be paying attention to, right? If you decide you want to go and look at it and buy it, well, that's on you. But I think it's one of those things that is pretty, it's pretty awesome. Just what we're seeing with this market. Real quick, boom. I forgot to actually put this in. Boom. And here we go. So guys, apologize about that. Here we go. Yeah, I like to study the Hebrew and the Greek and of the Torah here. Boom. I don't know why this is doing this right here. It should be a simple thing. There we are. Disclaimer. That 75. That I put this up. I apologize. All right, guys. So let's jump right into this. Again, I apologize about the stop. So, mind you, like everything that I say is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is not a, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor or a tax professional, so I cannot give advice. So please do your own research and make your own decisions on your own analysis. I'm just giving you mine of the years of trading that I've had, that I've looked at the markets and see kind of what's going on. But as you guys can see here, that this right here with XRP, it is showing a lot of strength. We've been playing off of this 8-period moving average on that monthly here. You can see it. And we are putting in pretty good buyer wicks here. So, but again, it's not gonna beat if the market goes down at large. Remember, Um, Bitcoin holds about 40%, 45% of the market cap of all of crypto. So if it goes down, everything else will go down with it, just because it's just a juggernaut of a coin. So it could be a potential buying opportunity down at these levels here. As you can see here with Litecoin, I like Litecoin just primarily because Litecoin, I feel like I said, it can be an exchange for Bitcoin. And so the fact is that we are seeing, and this is where I'm paying attention to. I know this is what I'm saying. So if this is what I'm expecting to see, once we go below previous month's low here, right, we'll see a pickup in volume that will see a sell-off, right, like in Bitcoin. So this is a good example of what Litecoin is doing that potential Bitcoin will do, and it will exacerbate the movement here within Litecoin, and seeing it come down to these lower levels down into the 40-30 area. If we do our first area here on that monthly chart, we'll probably test this area here, which is important to be paying attention to. 1 second. I will move this right here as well. You have that monthly 8-period moving average sitting right there. Actually, is that it right there? No, that's the weekly. So boom. I think I just deleted the monthly here. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right, yeah, so this is the monthly. So it's sitting in the zone. So we could potentially see the first tap down at the 73-cent or $73 mark, $72 mark in this level here, and then seeing it bounce back up, test. And my biggest concern is that we have a higher seller wake right here on that monthly, where we'll see probably a deeper sell-off at this level. So it's just something to be paying attention to. But like definitely seeing that 73-cent mark area first, and then the next one will probably be these lower levels at the 49.30-ish area. So be ready for that, guys, for potential sell-off at these levels here. This is basically what I'm expecting to see with Bitcoin. So it's pretty interesting. Let's check out DOT here. DOT again is showing some pretty good weakness here. It got below the previous month, which is similar to what we're seeing with Litecoin. Again, this will probably come down into these lower levels here. Down with DOT. Let's check out ADA. ADA is showing the similar movements here. We're below that low here. We'll probably see it come back down to that 24-cent mark area, where you could buy, and then potentially that 15-cent mark area. But it's one of those things, like I said, we'll see this. Now, obviously, it's not going to be instantaneous, but we'll see just basically lower highs, lower lows. We put in this movement here, and now we're just going to see it cascade down into the spring, summer area here. We'll probably see it just kind of go sideways until we start to get close to the 6-month part of the next bull run, right? We got the next bull run is sitting sometime, I believe. Is it? Give me 1 sec. We'll go into it in a second. Let me finish off what we're seeing here. So as you guys can see here, it's the same thing. And I want to show you this here because I know this is kind of redundant, right? But this is pretty much kind of the same thing that we're seeing within the broad market, but we haven't actually seen the sell-off here. This is the lower parts here that I'm waiting for us to come see. Same thing with SHIB. Like I talked about SHIB that 700, 600 mark area that I've marked out, right, that I keep talking about, saying I'm expecting this to come down because that's where the buyers are really sitting, getting ready to move the markets. So just something to be paying attention to down in these levels here. Let's check out here real quick. Tron, TRX again here is actually showing fair strength here on the month. It isn't close here, so something to be paying attention to. I know that Sun Tzu what's his name? They really actually listen to their community and kind of really balanced and brought back to PEG, which was their DD, USDD coin. So that's actually back. And let's actually just look at that real quick here. USDD. Give me 1 second. USDD here. you can see here that they pushed it. Oh, they're there. Yeah, so they're at the 99954. So they're about peg, which is still good, and they did push it up where they showed strength, and now they're kind of playing back at this level. So it's really important to be paying attention to this when you're looking at TRX, just because it's it's kind of one and the same. So we don't want to see another thing that we saw with Luna, right? So just that where there's just a circle, you sell off, buy, and also you see like it down at 0. So but it looks like they're really on top of their stuff, so which is really good, which is allows me to feel good about them. Let's jump back into here, TRX. So TRX here, as you guys can see here, is still playing in these lower, higher levels, which is good. But again, if we go below that lower low here of the previous month, we will see it then probably see a sell-off with this. So just something to pay attention. Let's check out Matic here real quick. Matic is right at that level. It's almost similar to Bitcoin in the fact that it did tap below, right? And you did see some volume step in when it started to tap below right here, right? So we're seeing a bounce off of that daily 189 here, but it did pierce these levels. So I don't see it holding. I do see it's coming back, tapping either the low here or tapping the moving average here. As you can see, we've been playing this 8-period moving average down. And so I see this again coming down to at least the 70 mark, right? If not even further, if we see a cascade of Bitcoin down to 10,000, 12,000, which I've been telling you guys about, then we will see Matic, which is a juggernaut, and I totally like. And so I think we'll see it back down at the 30-cent mark-ish lows, right? I don't think we'll see a low from it just because it's such a strong coin. So, but again, who knows? When crypto markets are sell off, all crazy breaks loose. So it's just one of those things you could just be like, okay, we'll see what happens. The next one, and this is important to be paying attention to right here. Give me 1 second. Something's going on. Here we go, quick. There we are. Sorry, I had something going on my chat here. All right, so the next thing here, and I want to see this. This is where, for me, it's like really important. It's a Poly, no, Shiba. So Shiba here has really been fighting like this area here, but again, like I see Shiba really coming down to these lower levels. Oh, again, that 682. 659 area. So, all right. So that's in a nutshell. We'll do Solana here real quick. Solana is looking the same thing, not much different here. We're actually lower on that 100 period day moving average, and again, we could potentially see Solana back at these $8 marks. Now, I believe my original call for Solana was, I think, lower than that. Yeah, I think it was. I think I had down at that 5-ish area. Yeah, right here, the previous high right here. So I feel like Solana at that $5 mark here is a beautiful buy, a beautiful buy. So beautiful 5, 4-ish area is really where I think there are a lot of buyers sitting there, and people really want to scoop up there. Now, if again we see another huge sell-off, right, that's what we'll probably see the next area here. So, all right, guys, that's in a nutshell. Thanks for coming in today and listening. If you guys have any questions, concerns, you guys know how you can find me is just through the internet. I'm in a few lounges, which is basically the Ninja Lounge and the Coin Launch Lounge with Brian, Ninja Lounge with B, with Arion as well. Also, I do pop in periodically into the Midnight Lounge. So if you guys have any concerns, you can reach me there at any of those communities. In particular, I am a dev with, I don't know what I am. I'm more of the community voice with Moonrock, where I interact with the community and we talk a lot. So, you can always reach me in any of those if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and you guys have a blessed day.